Welcome to Art for Epiphany. This is a bonus video in the Art for Advent series. During Advent, we looked at a painting of the Annunciation by the 15th century Florentine painter Sandro Botticelli. On Epiphany, a day when Christians observe the arrival of the Magi, we look at Botticelli's Adoration of the Magi. One of Botticelli's most celebrated paintings, this work includes a self-portrait of the artist. Standing at the right, dressed in an ochre-colored mantle, Botticelli looks out at the viewer. This welcomes us into the picture and invites us to join the illustrious company. Botticelli's Adoration of the Magi is also renowned because it features portraits of many famous citizens of Florence. Among the Magi and their attendants are members of the Medici family, who were the veritable rulers of Renaissance Florence. The elderly Magi, who kneels before Christ, is none other than Cosimo de' Medici. It was Cosimo who established the Medici as Florence's leading political and banking family. However, Cosimo had died more than a decade before Botticelli's Adoration of the Magi was painted. The Medici family, as well as Florence itself, was now led by his grandson, Lorenzo the Magnificent. Lorenzo stands directly behind Cosimo. This both emphasizes his rightful place as his grandfather's successor and situates him next in line to worship Christ. The era of Lorenzo's de facto rule over Florence is widely regarded as its golden age. No doubt, it was artists like Botticelli and paintings such as this Adoration of the Magi that made it such. While the inclusion of these members of the Medici family gives this painting historical intrigue, Botticelli did not allow the civic aspect to distract his painting from its devotional function. This Adoration of the Magi was designed to be an altarpiece. It was originally placed over an altar in a chapel where the Eucharist was celebrated. To achieve this painting's liturgical purpose, Botticelli had to solve the problem of how to arrange such a large number of figures into a composition that would not obscure the sacred subject. The potential danger here was that Christ and the Holy Family might become lost among so many elaborately dressed and finely posed figures. Botticelli solved this problem in two stages. First, he adopted an innovative approach to pictorial narrative space. Second, he carefully organized the figures within his composition. In order to accommodate the Magi and their attendants, Botticelli depicted an extensive foreground space. However, by elevating the Holy Family on a hill, Botticelli was able to gather everyone around Christ without obstructing the viewer's access to the child. Having created enough space for such a large group, Botticelli's second problem was how to organize these many figures into a composition that would direct the viewer's attention toward Christ. The painting's center is organized into a triangle whose apex is Mary. This gives structure to the foreground figures and points them towards the Holy Family. Furthermore, the groups of figures standing at the left and right form their own Christ-oriented triangles. Moving from both sides, the whole painting draws towards the center. Botticelli has succeeded in designing a composition that in its very structure directs the viewer's sight towards Christ. Botticelli's composition in this Adoration of the Magi spiritually orients each person in the painting toward Christ. In both what he depicts and how he depicts it, Botticelli inspires the devotional viewer to see Christ as the focal point of Epiphany.